Vampire Requiem, Requiem for London. Tonight, Alycat has ventured down to a nightclub in Hackney. A nightclub that's been around the block for a while now, at least a decade or two, called the Moon's Kiss. It was once a relatively standard, almost generic nightclub, albeit modern, fashionable. Has taken a drastic restructuring over the past 2 years. Now it is very much a firm staple of the goth scene, very heavily stylized towards that subculture. Alycat, as you enter, you see that the booths have thick velvet curtains half drawn over them, with strange but somewhat familiar occult esoterica on it. The ceiling lights are a dim purple. In some places, particularly on the outer rim of the club, there are pale green lamps that litter the club, giving it a very ethereal feel to it. The music is dim but constant. Giving a slow but ever increasing build up of energy within the club. And you see a number of kindred here moving around the club. Some of them have embraced the scene, others less so. Some of them you recognize, others you don't. But this place seems to be a popular rack. Anything you want to do?
Probably just wait until, time of meeting. Maybe look around a little bit, smoke cigarettes. That's about it. Like, there's no one in particular that she wants to speak with. She's a little bit, on edge because of the meeting that is at hand. So she wouldn't necessarily go out and socialize at this moment. Maybe afterwards, but not before. Unless there's someone that's actually, drawing her attention that way, no.
Okay. As you wander around, spend a few minutes, maybe you head up to the bar, have a smoke, maybe even try and make some friends. You notice somebody come out of a staff-only doorway. Appears to be a stairwell. is this woman. I'm just going to put in what you see. She makes a beeline towards the seat next to you. There we go.
Ellie would have probably purchased something, just to be at a bar and, having at least a drink in hand, messing with it a little bit. Since she doesn't know this person, she won't immediately take notice. She's just like, you might just give like a wave or something like, hey, but that's it.
Yeah, she seems to have no beast, but
yeah, like I said, it's just like an average semi-polite hey, and then continuing playing with a drink or whatnot.
she'll take a seat next to you. She'll say, "You here to see the owner?"
Ollie will, open her mouth, close it again, look at this woman a little bit more interested, like, huh? Yes, I think, yeah.
She looks at you with a significant degree of skepticism in her eyes, as if she's dismissive of you.
Ollie looks back. What?
Come with me.
Her? Ellie will follow.
She'll lead you into another staff door. She gives the bartender a wave as she passes by. And it's a stairwell that goes down.
Ellie will follow, but she's like a little bit on guard. Like she's deliberately wore some, a little bit more wider clothes than usual to kind of hide the fact that she's wounded. Because, going to a club with like, only half your body intact, that's problematic.
You notice as you walk by, some of the kindred seem to be paying attention to you.
So any like empathy check or something, like, are they interested, or do they smell blood, or are they like maybe guards? They're just going to keep an eye on potential problems or something like that.
Make me a wit socialize check.
It's nice. Oh no, I have no dots in socialize. Oh, that's not a big amount of dice, but I'll roll them. I'll roll them. No. I have no clue. They're looking at me. Okay.
Okay,
That's
you don't really know
cool.
why they're paying attention to you, just that they are.
But still, the fact that there are people that are paying attention, like partially it makes sense. Allie is paranoid enough, especially with everything happening like 10 years ago. She's learned to be more on her guard. So she will search for, this is a window that I can run through. This is like an emergency exit door. Things like that. Like that. That's definitely something that she will start paying a bit more attention to now.
Oh, pardon?
Just that
Oh,
she's becoming more paranoid
ah.
and is starting to, pay attention to emergency exits and whatnot.
She leads you down a stairwell as the door closes behind you and the eyes of the prying kindred vanish into what appears to be something resembling a basement apartment. Everything from a bedroom to a shower to a small living room, a computer desk. And sitting on the sofa, facing the TV, is your queen.
Yeah, Ellie will, take a couple of steps forward, but she won't say anything. Like she knows that it's better to let the queen talk first. So even if she wants to see all the episodes of Days of Our Lives, Ellie will be as patient as she can be.
She looks at you. The one who's led you down here immediately kneels before the queen. And does so in complete stock silence. The queen will stand up. She's quite a bit shorter than you. She's almost half a head shorter. And she'll say, "Your grandsire called for me."
She's not here yet.
She said you wish to speak with me.
Yeah, would have been. I'd hoped she'd be here as well, but I guess she's busy. Whatever. Like
She
I wanted to speak to you, but I think it would have been handy if she'd been here as well. But whatever, it's cool.
Why must you sound like a lost child?
Guess the first few years of my doesn't matter. Look, I had this prepared. Fuck. So Ali will actually kind of like unfold the paper. It's actually just um a simple like a groceries paper or receipts or something that she got somewhere. Probably like the receipt from like a tank of gas for her bike. She'll look at the back where it just basically has a few things scribbled, and she says, "Thank you for your willingness to meet me. It's really awesome. Not really good at this. But you already knew that, so fuck it. So there's a little bit of a problem with a guy that got, well, tried to get him killed, but he got into the hands of the fucking Invictus. So I was hoping you could pluck him from him, because I'm pretty sure I'm not, like, influential enough. I'm pretty sure you are. Or you're the queen. I was kind of hoping you could help with that. Be cool.
So the Invictus holds a Torpid Kindred under their sway.
Yeah. Guy that's like guy from the Circle of Morse.
There is a slight stirring from the Queen. She frowns slightly. There's a long blank look of vague frustration.
Invictus was just a fucking dickhead about it, like they always are.
You should never
was also
expect
faster than I was.
Invictus to take anything less than what is in reach.
Look, he was faster than I was. I get it. Oh wait, I got this written down. I apologize for failing you. And the circle. But if we kind of want to fix the shit, I'm probably gonna need your help.
Not we, Alycat. I. Because you are asking me to fix your mistake.
Promise it won't happen again. I'll work on my speed.
It is not speed. It's nothing to do with power or prowess, Alycat.
Well, it was in this case.
It was decisiveness.
Sure. Look, I'm either gonna get myself killed by trying to enter this dude's domain and break the laws, or you're gonna basically snap your fingers and be like, "Hey, I'm the queen. Give me back this person."
There's a significantly long silence. She looks at you. You notice the woman kneeling actually also looks up at you in a degree of, with a degree of increasingly less shock, but increasingly more indignation.
Yeah. Ellie did kind of expect that. Fuck it, who do you want me to kill so that you'll do that?
She takes an unusual intake of breath through her nose. What I want you to do, Alyssa. The first thing I want you to do is show some respect.
Yes, ma'am. Your Highness?
I want you to stop doubling over your words. I want you to stop whining like a child and avoiding the consequences of your actions. And I want you to stop disrespecting me. I am not some murderous lunatic dominated by bloodthirst. Do not casually assign my acolytes with targets to assassinate, like Invictus pawns. Do you understand?
Ellie was silent because she had to bite back a few remarks there. Um, she does. Yeah, I understand, Your Majesty.
Good. Now tell me, Alyssa, what you are willing to offer me in exchange for moving a king.
Um, I don't know. Apologies again, Your Majesty. I am not very familiar with dealing with this kind of stuff. Um, what's normal to offer, Her Majesty? Like
As she's
me?
listening to you, sorry, as you speak,
Mhm.
you see that she's looking down, and her expression is partially veiled as a result, not entirely. Um, the chair gives an unceremonious creak. She rests her, well, the sofa rather, gives one of its armchairs gives an unceremonious creak.
Can I have permission to speak freely, Your Majesty?
Could offer service, blood, for all kindred require blood. Or yourself. That's very much the same as the other two.
Again, like the permission to speak freely, I'm just currently just gonna take that for a moment, because I'm curious. Aren't those all things that you can just tell me to give you? Like, without me actually having to offer that? Don't you already have that for me? Like, you're the queen. You're the head of circle. Don't you only need to snap your fingers and I need to do it?
I did not give you permission to speak freely. She looks directly at you with her eerie yellow eyes. Yes, Alycat? Why would I ask these things from you when I can simply take them? Why haven't I already done so?
I'm sort of confused. Do you want me to keep my mouth shut or answer, Your
Actually, maybe
Majesty?
a wits empathy check against her if you like.
Oh God, I swear. Wits, empathy. Wits is three. Empathy is one. Oh wow, I have empathy. Ah, fuck. Successes.
Okay. Given that she's asked you something of a not quite but semi rhetorical question of why doesn't she simply take these things from you? And you think she might be trying to express because she either doesn't have to or doesn't want to. Um, or that she's trying to express to you um, you think, in a sort of roundabout way, she's bringing your assumptions about her into question. Because you are correct. She could take all of these things from you, but she hasn't. She could just demand them by default.
So yeah, Ellie's still waiting for like, did she want Ellie to answer or to keep her mouth shut? Because that was the thing she asked. Like, if it like remains silent, so that's fair. Ellie kind of expected that she needed to answer it. It's like, I really haven't got the foggiest idea, Your Majesty. I presume you don't need it. Like, I am just a fledgling, and I'm not that useful, as I've proven today. So I guess you don't need me, or my blood, or anything else I have to offer. Which also then doesn't really make sense that there's nothing I can offer you to do this.
There is much you can offer me, Alyssa. But I will say it is immensely tiring to see you act as if you need someone to watch over you. While constantly pushing back against those that do.
But I don't need someone to watch over me, Your Majesty. I'm cool with what I am. I just like I'm willing to pay anything you want me to pay. That's cool with it. Like that's part of how this system works, right? I just don't know what you could possibly want from me. Like I'm literally a guardian of the circle. Like I'm literally the person that is supposed to guard you. Like along with like, my family line who are way better at it. So I have no idea. I'm just basically standing at the supermarket, standing in line and just waiting for the beep. So I can hear what you want me to pay.
What's the modifier for this?
Thoughts.
I wasn't gonna have a roll frenzy, then you made the supermarket remark.
Oh fuck. Oh god. I didn't mean it in an insulting way, actually, but I get it. Fuck. Oh fuck.
Let's see, I know she's
Okay.
definitely expecting provocation, so she gets an extra dice. And she gets -2. So she's at a -1 dice penalty because she's being insulted by an inferior.
Oh god. I swear Ellie is too much of a Carthian.
Okay. She... Her arm snaps from snaps from her side to your throat before you even have a chance to move. Its grip. Enough that it feels that she might even be able to break even your almost indestructible bones. But she doesn't.
Yeah, Ellie will just remain super, quiet. Because, that hurts. There's only on 6 health levels left.
She will use the hand that is upon your throat to force you down to your knees. You're not actually that much shorter than her, even when reduced to such a state. And then, as she releases you, she clenches her half fist so much that blood begins to well up in the wounds that the nails left in the palm of her hand. And she's going to simply say to you, drink.
Oh, fuck.
And she's going to mesmerize you with dominate. You can roll your resolve plus blood potency.
Resolve plus blood potency?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's 4 successes.
Well done. She got 10.
Successes?
Mm-hmm.
Damn!
No modifiers.
Fucking hell, nice! That must have been a really good roll. Like a really good roll.
She did have over 10 dice.
I mean, still, like,
Well,
even
yeah.
if you have 15 dice, 10 successes is a lot.
It is. Here's what happens. Your fangs sink into her wounds before you even take a moment to think about it. By the time you're considering why you're drinking from her, you already are. You are one step bloodbound to Morgan.
Hey,
How
drinks
much you
all around.
take? I will allow you to choose how much vita you take from her.
I don't know. Like, Ellie has 6 wounds on her, like 6 lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. Like, how badly would she want those healed? Like,
How much blood does she
is there
currently have in her system?
9?
Okay.
So I rolled really well on my hunting roll. Like, if the dominate keeps hold until Allie is full of blood, then she would take 2. However, if she would use it to heal, she wouldn't necessarily stop drinking, because you would try to drink at least 8 blood points. 6 for the damage and 2 for the to fill up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it depends on how long the dominate will take. Will hold on her.
Until you fulfill the command. So when you've taken a single blood point, that fulfills the command.
I think that she would at that point then just release, because that's she was forced to do it, even if the blood is like extremely nice, because that's probably really old blood. It's still like, she's doing this to me. Fuck that shit. So yeah, no, she would stay. She would keep it at 1 blood point and then kind of like scramble away. Fuck.
Roll me your resolve plus composure -1 dice.
Resolve, composure minus what?
-1.
Okay. Resolve 3, 2, -1. Is it like an 8 again situation?
No.
Success.
Okay. And her vitae is, as you say, delicious. In a way that human blood just isn't. You do not feel compelled to drink more.
Ah, right. Now I remember what this roll was for. Fuck. I am glad that I didn't fail.
When you pull away, she will look at her hand, seal the wound, ball it up again. you are going to grant me freedom to demand what I like, then I will take your blood and your service.
Like, out of character, I didn't really understand what you said. Could you repeat, please?
She says, if you are going to grant me the freedom to demand what I like, then I will demand your blood and your service.
Cool, then we have a deal, I guess. Your Highness.
I do not claim these things casually. Like you are an animal. I have never done such things. But you, I allowed you to approach me. With the opportunity that there may be an agreement between us. And you disrespected me. Satisfy your desperate need to rebel against something. I am quite happy to take your capacity to rebel away, Alyssa. If you continue to disrespect me, as I know that you have before and continue to do.
Oh, Your Majesty, I'm not very good at this. That's like, you know, I get it. The rest of my family is better at this, and I apologize for that. Seriously, like really. I'm just not very good at talking to people, especially not people that are like higher on the food chain, like you are, because you are. It's nothing to disrespect you or anything. That's just how it rolls, right? I I want your help to protect the crone, right? Because if this Invictus gets all the secrets of that dude, then that's fucked up. That's shit. I'm willing to do whatever I need to do in order to get it fixed. If that means that I'll become your puppet, then sure, I'm okay with that. I understand the consequences of that and I'll accept it. Because I know it's my responsibility. It has nothing to do with disrespecting you, Your Majesty. Really nothing. It's just that I don't want to see the crown fucked over. Or I like, that, but then more polite.
That's the first respectful statement you've made all evening.
So what I'm saying is if you want my blood or whatever, if you want it, if that's what you need to fucking get that guy away from the Invictus, then I'm more than happy to pay it. That's what I'm saying. So you can demand whatever you want, and I'll pay it. If that means that I'll be a pile of ash on the floor here, then I'll be a pile of ash on the bloody floor. And I know that I'm not wording all this shit right, but that's yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Then we are in agreement then.
I'll be a pile of ash on the floor, Your Majesty.
I am hoping it will not come to that.
Okay. Can I at least, like, if something happens, that I can make sure that, my sire will let my my family know what happens? That would be cool.
They would be informed.
I also mean like the mortal side of things, right? Like a car crash or something like that. Be really cool.
We hold the masquerade in high regard.
Heck. Someone take care of my rabbits? Like, Pitbull's pretty old, so he won't make it long, but I have maybe, find him a shelter.
Whatever issues you have pertaining to your post-unlife experience, it's not a concern for anybody but yourself. I have generously offered to play a small part in that on your behalf. But I'm not going to take care of your pets.
Oh, I got
your
that.
Will. No one is.
Cool.
Sit down.
Yes, ma'am. Majesty.
You have another payment to make. To back your neck.
You'll do as asked.
You see her extend her fangs. She sort of turns, and because she's quite a bit shorter than you, actually sort of ends up climbing halfway onto your lap so she can get up to your neck, and then sinks her fangs into it. As you feel the rush that so many other mortals feel for Kiss. She drains a portion of your vitae away from you, claiming much of the vitae that you had imbibed from her earlier, if not more. She claims 3 blood points from you. And you gain a swooning condition towards Morgan.
God. Okay. See, gained 1 blood point from her, so we'd be back at 10. -3 is 7. Oof.
She licks the wound clean. Whenever I call upon you, you shall arrive here. Do you understand?
Moment to just quickly check up swooning, what that does. But she's not gonna say no, but you know.
Swooning page.
Yeah. I got it. I got it. I was looking it up. But yeah, Alycat will just, you know, like the defiant look is sort of gone. She is, you know, she's under the effect of the kiss, and when it just releases, and she's just kind of blinking, looking up at Morgan. It's like, yeah, yes, of course, Your Majesty.
She looks at you. And sort of tilts her head. Good. There is an Elysium soon. It is believed, I have foreseen, that there are mortals that will attack this Elysium. Hunters. Like during the old nights. During the age of Arthur and his table. You will accompany me as a member of my entourage. I expect you to work with your line to assist myself and the rest of the circle in escaping. I have attempted to gaze further into the future. There appears to be no outcome in which we win this battle. There are too many. Too well prepared. Too organized. there will be one among them that will provide us with an opportunity. There's one among them that we'll be able to take for ourselves. You will claim this individual on my behalf. The Invictus wants to think that they can claim and defend this domain for themselves. We shall prove them wrong. And we shall take their prizes away from them, if we must.
Yes, Your Majesty.
That is the first service you may render to me. Your sire, they have been very lax to you. They have not trained you well.
My sire was under difficult circumstances as well, Your Majesty. Can't be blamed for this. You raised me as a proper Carthian.
A great mistake. But understandable. I am aware of their past. Still, now you must be arisen as an acolyte. For 10 years your sire has neglected to do this. I shall correct this. And the proper daughter of the Morrigans shall be made out of you. She simply waits for you to respond.
Yes, Majesty. I don't think I have any words.
Oh, what did she say?
I don't think I have any words. None that would please you, Your Majesty.
Very well. She will arise from her seat, and she makes a gesture for you to get up.
Get up.
Siri, please escort Alyssa out of the club. And she looks back to you, or rather, the Queen looks back to you. You shall have your rogue acolytes returned to you by the end of the night.
Well, Your Majesty, he's not meant for me. You can do with him as you please. Just want to protect the secrets of the circle.
I shall. Any debts that must be paid as a result of this shall fall upon you and your lineage. You understand this?
What depths? Your Majesty.
The unconquered shall not give up one of their possessions for free. They will expect a payment of some sort. I, of course, shall not allow anything untoward to happen to my acolytes. But something must be given from somewhere. Such a payment shall likely fall upon yourself.
Yes, Your Majesty. As long as it does not fall upon my sire or grandsire. That's not their fuck up. It's mine.
I heard that you did not care for your grandsire.
I don't.
Why?
I prefer not to answer that, Your Majesty.
I have asked you a question, Alyssa.
I don't dislike her. I used to. Not anymore. I just like to have others think that.
Why? You're rather open about your affection for your sire.
My sire is not the one that tells me to do things. My grandsire is.
I see. Very well. You may leave now.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I'll say out of the club. Every week you shall return here. At this exact day and time.
Yes, Your Majesty.
She gestures to the door.
and Alycat will get out.
And with that, I think we can end the scene there. Thank you for playing. Thank
Oh
you
yeah.
for watching. And we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
Thank you, Steve, for seeing.
Thank you.